metal slug, and it just represents a finger. It's about the same diameter as my finger. I'm just using the slug for accuracy purposes. And another test that we run a lot that HTC actually does is a situation called low ground mass, where when I'm physically holding the phone, I myself is acting like a ground, and this is a capacitive touchscreen, and it helps improve signal because I'm one end of that ground.
Mm-hmm.
What happens now is I'm not touching it, and so let me go back to this part of the application. So I'm in touch, and you can see it's still working pretty good on the Synaptics solution. I put my slug down, and it's very stable. It tracks very well, even though I'm not in a well-grounded situation. On the competitor solution, I put my slug down, and it's just jittery. Sometimes it's not even picking up a finger. And the main reason here is because I'm not touching the phone, and it's in an ungrounded situation. And so it starts getting confused.
Wow.
Right, it's pretty bad and jittery.
When Bridget, our PR person, follows up with you, if you have an interest in getting one of the slugs, let her know and we'll ship you one.
Yeah.
So you can do your own testing.
Yep. Let me just do 2 more tests. So one thing that a lot of phone manufacturers try to do is they'll draw a line as straight as possible, and they want to see that line as straight as possible, and they want to see that it is a very smooth line. So I'm just going to take a ruler and use that same slug that I had and try to draw as straight of a line as possible down. And you can see, I messed up at the beginning there, but the majority of the line is very straight, it's very solid, is reporting a lot of points. If I take the competitor solution and I try to do the same thing, it's just extremely jittery. It's not even a straight line anymore. And so this equates to, for example, a drawing application. I'm going to try to draw things on my phone, and it's just not even going to be drawing what I wanted to draw. The last thing that I think is probably the coolest thing to do is, when it gets, let's say starts getting raining, or it's really humid outside, or you're working
sweating
out, you're sweating, you got a sweaty palm, right? You want your phone to still work, and so I'm just going to simulate this with.
There's going to be a wet spot on that carpet, but
I'm going to simulate this with some water on my hands, and so you can see on the competitor solution as I'm drawing is jittery, and it thinks, see right there, now it thinks there's other fingers where my finger is, and actually it thinks I have 2 fingers on there even though I really have 1.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just getting confused. And on the Synaptics solution, I move my finger around, and it's just acting like normal. And so you don't ever want your touchscreen to fail just because there's some moisture on there.
Sure,
and on
like
our
at the
solution,
gym.
right? In our solution, it's it doesn't fail. It's still working as it's supposed to work.